Hey everyone! Today's video is going to be a little bit more emotional than most, so I'm sorry in advance. But this week has not been easy for me and for many of you, I'm sure, with the Pluto transitioning to Aquarius, as I'm sure a lot of you have heard, but it's just made everyone feel really, really wonky, really up and down emotions, a lot of irritability, a lot of sadness going on. I didn't think I would make a video today because my mom is in the hospital. She had a stroke yesterday, and I honestly have been crying all day, all morning. But luckily, after seeing her in the hospital today, I do feel a lot better. I have hope for her. I have hope that everything will be okay. But of course, seeing your mom, it's hard. She's definitely a lot different than how she normally is, but I do have faith that everything will be fine. And also I do want to say thank you to everyone who reached out and sent prayers and love. It really warmed my heart, and my mom's as well. I told her today when I went to visit her and she started crying. So thank you to everyone who sent prayers. Also, it's interesting that this all happened after a message that I wanted to share with you guys. This week I've had many breakthroughs, many realizations, many ups and downs. I felt like I had an ego death, but it was more just clarity. I had to break down and have a breakthrough, right? But I will speak on one of the breakthroughs, a big breakthrough that I had in a separate video. But in one of the breakthroughs I had 2 clients in 1 week that both came to this realization or this big question for me. So one is a cancer patient. She is in her early mid-30s. And this other woman who's around 68. And one because of her cancer and the other one because of her age. Both said that they came to this realization: if I die tomorrow, could I say that I lived a happy, fulfilling life? Could I say that I lived my life to its fullest potential? And of course, naturally, after what happened to my mom, made me think the same thing, right? And I told both of them the same thing, which I've mentioned before in another video. You should live your life for you and no one else. Because both of those clients of mine are in marriages that they're not exactly happy in, right? And you've seen me talk about this before, that you should never settle, you should never be in a marriage that you're unhappy in. And I know that it's so hard sometimes to break free from those marriages because of morals and what society tells you. And I understand, I've been there, right? But I broke free. And I want this to be a reminder. I want to let you guys know. After hearing those 2 clients, and I knew right away I was going to make a video about that. And then what happened to my mom, and then wanted to talk about it even more, is that tomorrow is never promised. We have no idea what tomorrow brings. And that is exactly why you should always live your life for you and no one else. That you should never do things because it makes others happy. I mean, yes, it's always good to make people happy, right? I love making people happy. But don't sacrifice, I've said this before in a video, I remember saying it multiple times in a video, don't sacrifice your own happiness for the sake of others. You need to live authentically. When you wake up spiritually, when you get activated spiritually, and you start waking up spiritually, and you start seeing things, seeing through the BS, right? Seeing through the matrix, as we like to call it. You then start to realize that you most likely have been living a lie almost. You've been living this life based on how others think that you should live it. But that's not how life is meant to be lived. You are here to experience life the way you should experience life without other people telling you what to do, without other people telling you how to experience it, because these are your lessons to live, right? These are your lessons to learn. And this is your experience, your life to live, not anyone else's. So if you're settling and you are sacrificing your own happiness, I'm saying it again, can you actually say that you lived a very happy, fulfilling life? If you died tomorrow, can you say, wow, I lived an amazing life? Or would you say, man, I wish I did things differently. I wish I got to do things differently. Because what happens is when you die, you come back, right? And you have to learn those lessons again. Personally, I don't want to have to come back on earth and learn my lessons again. I really don't. So that's why I am trying to do it right this time by living my life to its fullest capacity, to live my life by me, to live my life to its most authentic potential. Can you actually say that you lived your life authentically, or were you living your life for someone else? Were you living your life by someone else's rules? Or were you living your life by the way society tells you to live it? Because tomorrow is not guaranteed. My mother was fine. My mother was completely fine. In fact, she was on a new diet to get her health in shape. She's never had a stroke, although strokes run in her family. She's never had a stroke. And then Friday morning, she wakes up and can't speak, can't eat yogurt. I'm spoon feeding her yogurt, and I said, we need to go to the hospital. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, guys. And I need you to remember this, which is why you wake up on this journey in the first place, is for you to live authentically, for you to live your best life for yourself and no one else. I need you to remember that. Remember to focus on the present moment. Remember to smile, to be grateful for every waking moment that you have, and to live as authentically as possible. Go and speak your truth. Don't hold back. Don't hold resentment for others. Do not hold resentment for anyone that you love. It is not worth it. Please lead your life with love. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. Follow what your soul wants, not what anyone else wants. Follow what your heart and soul want. And I guarantee your life will be so much better. Thank you. God bless.